All right, another successful mission.
You just look strangely uncomfortable. Can you ask the raptor for motivation, please? Okay.
She's very photogenic.
Nothing can stop us now.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's Chip and Dale. How are you guys doing? Hello, Grogu.
Johnny, be shy. If you want to over.
Now, Universal Orlando Resort, Earl the Squirrel needs his own Christmas tree over here for the meet and greet. I think so. I think we're going to make that happen. We'll put that...
4 of you have tried to kill me in the past. 1 of you succeeded.
Do you think the people on the moon ever look over and say, wow, it's a full spaceship Earth tonight? Well, welcome back to the sign welcoming you to Universal Orlando Resort.
Terrifying, isn't it?
Hiya, Scooby! We're here at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort with the newly opened Kona. I don't remember what it's called. Good afternoon, Magic Crew. Glad to have you guys there with us as we are live here at Universal Studios, Florida, here in the Orlando area, where a couple of Universal ducks came over. We're very, very disappointed that we did not have popcorn. You guys missed that just a few moments ago.
Popcorn, no
They came from all the way over there just to see if we had any popcorn, and we were not accommodating. So I guess we need to get our game up here for the Universal Ducks. Welcome in, guys. Good to have you with us for another Ear to Ear Magic live stream. My name's Chris. If you've never joined us here before, I am your Universal travel agent in the parks, and I'm here to operate the camera for the next, I don't know, not kind of a short stream today, but we wanted to come over and have some fun here at Universal and show you guys what is progressing in preparation for Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. It is the premier event of the fall season here for Universal. It is spooky, it is gory, it is scary, it is so much fun. And it starts the 1st of September, goes all the way through September through October, and we have already starting to see things come up about the parks as they're installing and creating spaces, both scare zones and the haunted houses. So today on tonight's stream, we're going to walk around, we're going to show you the scare zones, we're going to talk to you about what will be in those scare zones, and we will also have a brief discussion about each of the 10 announced haunted houses that will be in Halloween Horror Nights when it opens up come September 1st. So I am here myself tonight. Owen is with me as well. And we're glad you guys can hang out with us here today, and welcome to Universal. Now, if you are new to our channel, we do stream every Monday through Friday, sometimes twice, and from both Universal Orlando Resort and the Disney parks at Disney World, and wherever else the fun may take us. We'd love for you guys to come and join us here in our Magic Crew. Our Magic Crew, the group of people that are chatting right now in our live chat, group of people that we spend life with as we enjoy the parks and just have a great community. We would love for you guys to be a part of that crew. Take a couple of seconds if you're new, watching whether live or in replay, hit that subscribe button and let everybody know. We'll be glad to have you guys come in, and tell you what, this is a great group of people to hang out with. So welcome in, Magic Crew. How are you guys doing tonight? Inez, you made it. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Thank you for the message earlier. And yes, we are streaming a second time, so glad you could come in. Welcome in, Kimberly. Are you excited to see what we can show you about what's coming at Halloween Horror Nights? We've been doing some detective work. We think we know where all of the scare zones are going to be. So we're going to do a little digging around and see what we can find tonight. So welcome back in, Brian. Good to see you, Jill. Disney Houston's hello, hello. Welcome in, Vicky. Green Giants here. So good to see you guys again. Brian says, I've never seen any Halloween Horror Nights stuff before, so this will be interesting. What's really fun, Brian, is when you get here early.
You can see everything slowly being built.
Yeah, when you see it being built and installed and they start covering stuff up. But it's fun to kind of see what's expected. A little different than other parks that we go to, because the stuff is built inside the park as far as areas you walk through. There is no way for them to do anything other than just install it early. So we're kind of excited to get an idea of what we're going to be looking at our scare zones tonight. And it's always good to see Vicky live. No, we're going 2 for 2 today, Captain Tuttle. So we're going to be doing a lot of time spending between the 1st of September all the way through, and this year it goes into November. So our last night is not going to be Halloween. So for those who'd like to, I think it goes all the way through November 4th. Matter of fact, as we get started, for those who are a little unfamiliar with Halloween Horror Nights, here are all of our dates. And a little hard to see up in November and going into December, and November a little bit. I got to get that logo out of there. It's hard to see some of the dates. It is a separate ticketed event, guys. And it happens later in the night. Starts at about 6:30 and goes well past midnight, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock at night. So a lot longer than some of those other Halloween parties in Orlando. So let's real quick, let's give a brief breakdown of what's going to happen at Halloween Horror Nights. First of all, there are going to be 10 haunted houses. These are going to be off the beaten path, and these haunted houses, I can't get, this is not working. Come on, Gus. Here we go. There are going to be 10 haunted houses. We're going to talk about the themes for all 10 of those. Those will be off in sound studios that are not going to be visible or anywhere we can get to until the park is ready and you're going back into those backstage areas. 10 haunted houses, 5 scare zones. Basically what ends up happening is you have 4, and then you have 1 which is like a mixture. It's like a montage. Yeah. Of all the others.
It's a montage.
It is. It's their own montage. It's basically a little bit of all the other 4 scare zones pulled together. Scare zones are places that you walk through, generally in the park. No lineups. There's nothing like that. It's just areas that you walk through. There's stories happening. There's scare actors that are in and amongst the guests. Sometimes they off to the side. They wait for you to walk by and they jump out and scare you. Sometimes they follow you. Sometimes they just kind of creep around and do their little storylines. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk around and show you guys some of the scare zones. And this is the first one that we're going to take a look at tonight. We believe this one is referred to as
Jungle of Doom.
Jungle Doom.
Or Jungle Trek of Doom. There's Jungle and Trek, both in the name. I just don't know which one.
He doesn't know. Okay. This is our jungle scare zone. You can see they've already got certain set pieces are up. And you can see scare actors will be able to come up onto stage areas, react with guests, and see them. What the cool thing was, we saw bases being built over here a couple weeks ago. And we're like, what is that for?
Expedition Horror.
Jungle Doom Expedition Horror. All right. So there's going to be scare actors all throughout here. It's going to be a lot more enclosed at this point. Last year, this was the Scarecrow area, and it was one of the darkest of the scare areas.
Those are my favorite.
And I really liked it. Up that and the cemetery were pretty cool. But notice we've got ourselves a Universal Airways airplane already sticking up here.
We're trying to figure out what this was a few weeks ago, because this wasn't like.
We saw the base. We saw it sticking up like it's hanging something over. Welcome, Jennifer. Hello, Kitten Duo. Joe says, I like to see it in the daylight only. Well, this is a perfect time to see it then. The first time I brought Owen, we came early so that he can see all the scare zones before it got dark. So, and Ed says, I'm hoping to actually be able to go to HHN with the stream showing me what's going on and what to expect. Well, the good thing is that we hope that we're going to be able to get a fear pass with our funds from the channel, so that I can come on a regular basis and do lives over on our other platforms, and also to do a couple of live streams. We won't do a lot of live streams because live streams are kind of difficult on YouTube because they have to be turned on and off depending on where you go into houses, because you cannot stream the houses. So we're hoping to get to show you a lot of the scare zones though. But the first time I brought Owen, he was really nervous about the scare zones. And what really helped out was getting here right when it opened.
Yeah, because if you get here later at night, it's pitch black. You're going to. It's going to be a hard time to adjust, but when it's out in the day, the fog does nothing. You can see every scare actor in its place, unless they're hiding behind some barrier or something, before they're able to jump out at you.
So I recommend, if you're looking for somebody who's a little nervous about the scare zones, just come at the very first part of the day and check them out when it's still bright. And it's not nearly as frightening when, you know, you can see little Mitchell over here hiding behind a crate and you're like, all right, well, this is going to be good. But as it gets darker and the night goes on, it becomes a lot different. So, how you doing, Mike B? Welcome in. Good to see you, Christy. So this is going to be our jungle doom, and we're going to see all kinds of scare actors that are showing what happens when they get left in the jungle with Oddfellow. Owen's like, these aren't scary palm trees at all.
I'm sure this is going to get much more, because I'm expecting this space to be used like the last one, where the trees and the the props are meant to cover as much light as possible to make it as dark as possible. But as of right now, not only is it early, but sunny, so we don't get to see the full country.
And there'll be a lot more here as well.
Yes.
Remember, we've still got an entire month to go before we get done. So, like I said, the scarecrow area in this space last year was pretty good. So, all right, let's keep walking around. I'm going to show you some of the other scare zones. While we're doing that, though, we're going to throw in some other things as well. Let's talk about our haunted houses this year, and we'll talk about them in batches, in no particular order except for the ones in which I want to see first. So just randomly chosen.
Yeah, randomly chosen
by my interest in them. No. We're just going to throw some up. We're going to throw up some of the ones that are off of existing IPs, and then we're going to probably get to the originals as well. So let's look at some of the houses as we're walking back around. First up, something, if this doesn't scare you just by the idea of it. Our first one up today, The Exorcist Believer. Yeah, two little girls are lost. They find them, bring them home. They're not quite acting themselves. So why does it have to be children? When they bring little children into these things, it just makes it uber creepy. Last year, one of the scare zones had young scare actors that were dressed as children at a county fair.
There was one that was specifically on the tricycle.
Oh my gosh, the little girl on the tricycle was just too much. So you can just imagine what's going to happen when we get into this one. And if little kids running around threatening you is not enough. Let's take it one step further. Chucky's back. An ultimate kill count. And talk about little ones running around. Chucky's back for a new gore fest. He's hijacked his haunted house with lots of bloody hijinks and tried to survive this ultimate kill count. So it's the little ones you got to watch out for, right? So those are our first 2 haunted houses. Who's going with me? Who's coming with me? Hello, Cheryl. Oh, someone's walked our puppy pony. Christy's like passed on The Exorcist. That's the only one I would not go into. From what I can tell, Christy, it's a real head turner. Okay. Welcome in, Aaron, Disney fan for life. Forever Young, love the haunted houses. Jenny's like, not me. That's okay. I resemble that. I'm a little bit of a chicken myself. I'm not a big horror fan, but I have grown to love Halloween Horror Nights. And it's just been a lot of fun the past 2 years that I've gone. I went so many times last year. I'm looking forward to going back and again. The only problem is it makes that season of the year, September and October, I get really, really tired because even though I may be staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning every one of those nights, we're still streaming the next morning. So I may get a little on the tired side here and there. Welcome in, Movie Mania Nick. I try so hard to walk fast enough to get out of people's paths, but it don't always work. Is there a tame version of Halloween Horror Nights? Yeah, it's called Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Yeah, I was about to say.
There's
your tame version right there.
There's your Boo to You parade, and that works out pretty well too. It's spoopy. Forever Young, the little ones that you wouldn't think is dangerous, like the little girls in The Shining. They just want to play. All right. Nikki says, my husband and son are there somewhere where if they see us, I'm going to come over and say hello. Now, if not two, we're going to normally have a couple of entrances right over here. Welcome in, Peter. Good to have you with us tonight. Over here, guys, you're going to find your entrances to at least one, if not two, of the houses. I expect that there will be two. They've already got one brace up here. In the past, this was an exit to one. Actually, it's an exit to two. Entrance to one, and the other entrance was over that way. But they were both over in this section. Neither of these are built in sound stages. These are actually built in tents. They're not permanent buildings, which means they are susceptible to being closed down if for whatever reason we get some really, really bad weather. But we're going to have at least one back here. Sometimes groups come out with speculation maps. Well, this house is going to be here and this house is going to be. That's okay. That's great. That's wonderful. I'm not so much into where the houses are. I'm just excited to know the houses are coming, and we'll find out soon enough where they are. So I'm not so much worried about are they in this corner or they're in that corner. So.
Are you a YouTuber? I'm a big fan.
Awesome.
Can I get a picture with you?
Sure. How you doing?
Good.
Here. Are you having a good day so far?
Yeah, I'm one of your biggest fans. I watch all your videos.
Awesome. Well, sure.
I've actually just started my own YouTube channel because you inspired me to.
That's good. You should do it. Put some stuff up there and find some people that enjoy things just like you.
Thank you.
That's a good background too. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. What's your name?
Michael, I actually just got off the MIB. And guess what my score was?
How big was it?
829,000.
Oh my. That's awesome, dude.
That's a high score.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, have a fun one, Michael.
Thank you.
So much
Have a good
for
one.
watching.
Yeah. I was asking people
All right,
like
thanks
that.
for saying hi, Michael. Appreciate that. Dude, I wish I could do 829,000 on MIB. I'm happy if I get 400,000.
I mean, what you have to do, like 2,500,000 max rank, so that's like
Oh, it's crazy. That's awesome score.
that's like 3 times over that.
So yeah, the only way that I could actually stream the houses is if I get invited by Universal to join their media team. The first night, they will invite certain social media to come out. They allow them to go through with their cameras, but only one time. So that's why when we encourage you guys to, like things, to invite your friends, and as we grow as a community, one of these days, it is our goal and our hopes that Universal will go, you know what, this is a great channel, this is good people, they enjoy the parks, let's invite them over and let's make that happen. So I look forward to having that happen sometime in the future. Yeah, there we go, man. On a Men in Black, just hold the trigger. Don't pull the trigger, just hold it. So we're going to be, one of our haunted houses last year had an entrance right over here by our stage. This is the Nightmare Fuel stage. Nightmare Fuel is one of our 2 shows that was available last year. This area here was open. We were allowed to walk back there. We got the Bug House as one of the haunted houses.
Oh,
And
I did not like. I didn't go into. I only went to one haunted house, but the description of that one did not seem fine.
bugs everywhere. It was just bugs, bugs, and bugs. And it was not only creepy, but it was gross. Welcome in, Frank. Good to see you. And if you guys are locals to the local area and would like to either one of two things. One, if you're a big fan of Halloween Horror Nights and would like to have a Fear Pass, we would love it if you guys would allow us to purchase that for you. It's the same price as if you purchase it directly through Disney. In fact, you will be purchasing it through Disney. We purchase it through the Disney system, but we get a commission after helping you purchase it. So you pay the same price, but you help a small business. So if you're local and would like to have a Fear Pass to come to more than one night, please contact us and let us know. But second, if you guys are local or are vacationing the first full weekend, actually I think it may be the second weekend of September, Saturday, September 9th, we are having an open, I don't know what you say, it's not really open house. It's more like an open invitation to anyone who wants to join us and other members of the Magic Crew. We will be here on Saturday, September 9th. A lot of our mods are already bought tickets. Some of our other Magic Crew are already planning to join us that night.
I'll be here for
Owen will be here. And I think Susan will be here as well. So how you doing, Eugene? We're doing good. And so we're going to be here that Saturday night. Several other people will. We're going to be in two different camps. One camp is going to be the haunted house camp. They're going to go through all the haunted houses, and we're encouraging you guys in that camp to purchase a Universal Express for that evening. The other camp is going to be scare zones and food only. They don't really want to go through a lot of the houses because, you know, they're intense. Owen, not a big house fan. Susan likes a few of them. Honestly,
I barely make my way for the scare zone.
So I think if you guys are interested, let us know. Send an email to Susan to purchase your tickets, and we'll get you some details about what we're going to be doing. But you can reach out to her, susanedwards@travelmation.net. Copy me at chrisedwards@travelmation.net, and we'd love to have you guys join us on Saturday, September 9th. Or if you just want tickets for any of the nights throughout the season, or the Fear Passes, or would like to add a hotel night stay so that when you're done at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can, even if you're local, can just take a quick trip back to your hotel and sleep in. Let us know if we can help out. All right, so we talked about our first two houses. Let's get into it a little bit more. Our next two houses, after we have scared ourselves with all the little ones, let's get into Stranger Things. Stranger Things 4. So, Stop moving around. All right. Boop. There we go. Band together with your squad to resist Vecna's gruesome curse as you take on the scariest season of Stranger Things yet. So if you're a big Stranger Things fan, this is going to be the house for you. I think Stranger Things 5 is the one where all of the kids get their first job, opens up their first 401ks, and have to start paying taxes, which will be the scariest season yet. But no, we're gonna have some fun over with working with Vecna there. And then next is The Last of Us. If those of you who have played the PlayStation game, yes, they are coming for us. Yes, they are spored out. So, The Last of Us, you and your squad must stay silent if you want to survive the clickers. And this video game is finally coming to life in a haunted house. So, I think I'm looking forward to that. I'm not sure. And then one more, Universal Monsters Unmasked. In the streets of Paris, in the catacombs, we're going to encounter not one, not two, not three, 4 Universal monsters in which we're going to encounter them unmasked, including Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Invisible Man, and the Phantom of the Opera. So, to be pretty fun. We'll see which one of those monsters makes it out in the end. So always like, yes, I'm so stoked for The Last of Us. If you guys have watched, either played the game or watched the HBO Max series that came out in January of this year, it's gotten a lot of popularity. But it was popular even before the series came out. Tangelus is definitely going to the Stranger Things house. Nicola G, would I understand what's going on in the houses if I've not seen the films? Now, I think for the most part, yes, they do provide some storyline for some of them, but there have been some that I've gone through that are based on movies that I hadn't seen. Or even the same way, Nicola, there are some that are storylines that were created by Universal. So they're original stories. So whether you know the story ahead of time or not.
Like the bug house you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. They give you some storyline ahead of time to kind of give you an idea what's going on. Here's the other thing. You can also go onto the Universal podcast ahead of time. And they're really good about giving you some background and telling you the storylines before you get started. So. I know that helps as well. Giggling. Instead of screaming, I tend to laugh. That's my reaction. It's more of a hyper laugh when it happens. Kind of a, thing. But that's what I use as a coping mechanism. I do a lot of laughing. Welcome in, Credit Kid. So, Adam, how spooky is the food during Halloween Horror Nights? We had last year things like pizza skulls, like a pizza calzone in the shape of a skull head. There's lots of, as creepy as you can get with food. But they all have some pretty good theming. And we're going to be doing a lot this season to make sure we can try as many as possible and share them with you guys as well. That's just how we roll, right? All right, so Diagon Alley. First of all, it's 2 minutes before, we have 2 more minutes before fire goes off. Diagon Alley has always been a place of refuge during Halloween Horror Nights. No scare actors were in here. So if you got a little too scared, a little too intense elsewhere in the park, you could dip into Diagon Alley. No monsters, no scare zones, no haunted houses. Safe place, no concerns whatsoever. But, are you guys ready for a but? It's going to change a little bit this year. We have got some new spaces that have suddenly come up here lately, and I'm going to show you guys a few of them. We're going to walk through Nocturne Alley. We've got some wand work going on here. I'm going to let you guys know that there is word that some of our no-gooders, those who create shenanigans, be maybe making their way to Diagon Alley this year. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's an owl in here. Mail. I got the mail. I got the mail. All right, I can't see anything in here. Dark it is in here. It's really dark in Nocturne Alley. It's Nocturne Alley, nocturnally. It's like nighttime in here. Please don't trip. Keep on moving, keep on moving. But there's been a few things that have popped up around here that weren't here before. So we have a feeling that we're going to see some not so nice spirits making their way around Diagon Alley this year. My safe space is my living room, 1,500 miles away. Oh. You guys want to see a fire-breathing dragon? I'll show you the dragon. Let me show you. It's not on a timer at all. We have no idea when it's going to go off, except maybe now. Welcome in, Patty. Missed it. Not happening. He missed his cue. For that reason, I don't think he's going to be going off. But notice over here, guys, this is really this is kind of weird, Scoop. Oh yeah, weird. Ooh, why would there be a stage here? There's nothing like this in Diagon Alley. Unless, of course, we might be expecting some Death Eaters this year. So, Christy, that might really change this year if we are, in fact, getting Death Eaters roaming around Diagon Alley up on the stage here. We're going to have just as many people coming into Diagon Alley as we would any of the other scare zones, just for the pure sake of seeing the Death Eaters. There you go. Evidently, Rob, someone gave him some Tums because he's not having indigestion on time tonight. So, all I can say, guys, is if you've come to Halloween Horror Nights in the past and you used our Diagon Alley as a place to escape some spooky things, it may not be the same as it has been in the past. Do they permit electric scooters in the scare houses? I'm trying to remember if I've seen scooters in the houses. I know Travis is in. I don't know if Travis can speak, if he's seen it. Most of the hallways are wide enough for that, but Guy says we're going to be doing Halloween Horror Nights for the first time this September. Awesome. Well, I hope this kind of helps you guys get prepared a little bit for it. No more safe zones. Joanna says, I wish this was on Universal Hollywood. It's nice to have both Hogsmeade over at Islands of Adventure and then Diagon Alley over here. So Travis says, yes, you can bring scooters into the houses. Just let the TMs know out front that you're going to be doing so. And if you get scared, don't hit the gas.
Please.
Don't hit the gas.
Never run. That is the worst thing you could do in any situation.
No, we're talking about scooters in the houses.
Oh, okay.
They get
I thought you were
scared.
talking about scare zones.
No,
I guess that's
don't hit the
pretty
gas. Yay, no escape. It's Horror Nights. Now, Jenny's like, now I want butterbeer. All right. Notice over here, it's a little different than what's been done in the past. We've got stage and other embellishments over here in San Francisco. Now, in the past, two scare zones I've seen in this area before, it has been limited to just this area right here in front of us. But notice, we have got scaffolding and the like coming over here as well. What is our scare zone over here, Owen?
Shipyard 32, Horrors Unhinged.
Shipyard 32. And we're basically going to be seeing some nautical theme, ghosts and nasties, right? So I'm curious to see whether or not this is just to include food and drink like it's been in the past, or are we going to include our scare zone? Is this going to be that way as well? Look at our little pigeon buddies over here. He's so tired. It's been a long day stealing popcorn. Somebody earlier asked what my favorite scary movie was.
Let me guess.
Gremlins? No, not my favorite. I have a few favorite scary movies. One of my favorites is one Susan does not like at all, and she hates it. And then when I bring it up, is Fallen, Fallen, stars Denzel Washington, John Goodman, a few other really good actors, but it's a spooky movie. I really liked Fallen. Another one of my favorite scary movies in the very beginning was The Frighteners, starring Michael J. Fox. And I thought that one had a really great plot as well. Shipyard 32, Horrors Unhinged, 1940 San Francisco shipping yard full of mysterious crates, cages bearing Dr. Oddfellow's symbol. So I don't know what Oddfellow's been doing here in San Francisco.
Every scare zone has Oddfellow included.
Yeah, he's had some sort of bearing on every single one of our scare zones this year.
He opened Pandora's box, now everything's messed up.
Tyler says this area will likely be the Peacock Halloween Horror Bar they announced. I expect this is probably going to be a bar, lounge area. They did not extend the scare zone before, but I'm not going to put it past them to sort of have an extension of some sort to make it one big cohesive area. But I do like the fact that they are making this the shipyard. You can see other work being done over here to the side. This is a bottleneck area. Notice to get from the front of the park to the back of the park, you will either have to walk through the shipyard or the Jungle Doom. There will not be a way to walk from one side to the other without making their way through one or the other of the scare zones, unless you know how to go through Central Park. There might be a secret way to do it. I won't make it easy for you. So this is the shipyard. We're going to be coming back pretty much once a week for the next few weeks. We're going to see more things come up here, guys, as it gets built. We'll see more and more, but you can see some of our shipping crates are already into place.
It all starts out with these metal supports, and then like over time, it slowly
adds
comes
to it.
fruition. I bet you that right there is going to be a hook.
Like a crane.
Yeah, like a crane, some sort.
DPX is a great movie. Scream. April says Frighteners is funny to me. Oh, Frighteners is a hilarious movie. It's got a lot of great lines in it. It is a comedic movie, but it does get a little intense toward the end. But for me, it was a great way to sort of get into somewhat scarier movies. Carol says, after a very bad day, it's fun to have a surprise stream. We're glad you could hang out with us today, Carol. No symbols on the crates just yet. We have a thing. We have a thing. Where's the thing?
That's that.
Oh, what is that thing?
It's like a relic right there. This was found like deep in like the undersea trench first.
It's from Titanic. They made it by taking a cube and adding a shipping base. Kind of looks cool.
Okay, I just don't. Why is the box have suction cups? Why is the box have suction
That's the top of a 5-gallon bucket. It looks cool.
You're gonna be walking through the fog, and suddenly this is gonna make a loud noise. Some like
It's gonna start shaking.
Yeah.
Some sort of giant fisherman ghost is gonna come out of it. Welcome in, Leo. Chucky's going to Universal Studios at Los Angeles. I'm not surprised. They had Chucky things here last year, not in the scare zones, not in the houses. So honestly, when they announced that they would have a Chucky house, it was not at all shocking. It seems to be an outstanding, long-standing fan favorite overall. We're going to have to, now the night we're going as a group on September 9th, I will be there the weekend before, hopefully, and we'll be able to scoop out some food, and I'll try to get as much information about what foods are available and where they'll be located at. Help you guys out with a little bit of a map so that when you foodies are around, it can make short work of getting all the HHN foods.
And strategize how to go into the least amount of scare zones as possible.
Me and my life to this date, I don't understand why my mom made me watch Jeepers Creepers as a child. Woo! That was a good one too.
How bad is that movie?
It's a monster movie. It's really not that bad, but it is scary. It is, but it's a monster movie, definitely. And poor Justin in the end. He did not make it out.
Oh, that's a great page.
Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those peepers? I took them from a kid. That's where I got them. So expect that we probably will have maybe an entrance to a house over here, and we'll as they spread out. Some of our other houses. Let's talk about another couple more. If I can find them, I keep moving them around. So we'll see where it's at. One of the houses that I'm really looking forward to, guys. Yeti. campground kills. Let's get that Yeti. Yeti, 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 Yeti. 1950s campground. A group of towering, terrifying Yetis are running rampant, tearing apart anyone who gets in their way. Something tells me everyone will get in their way.
Yeah.
So if you weren't scared of camping out in the wilderness before, you're gonna love this haunted house. So I think I'm probably looking forward to this one more than any of the other original houses right now. Let's see how they do it and see if I change my mind as we rank the houses later on after going through them. And then as an homage, you guys know, you know, Dueling Dragons, Choose Your Fate. Two powerful warlocks invade Merlin's castle and turn into dragons of fire and ice, and now you must choose a path and a victor. So, dragons.
Two dragons.
Dragons.
Two dragons.
Gotta love the dragons. So,
If you know, you know.
Hagrid's, Hagrid's. All right, now we're going into our next scare zone area.
This is Camp 69 Summer Place.
Jenny says, "Okay, you need to teach Owen the first thing you don't do is stick your face near a hole."
Well, it wasn't. It isn't set up yet.
I'm of the mentality, Jenny, of letting your kids stick your fork in the outlet one time just to see what it's like, and they know not to do it again next time.
Never to do it again.
Yeah, they learn from experience more than being told what to do sometimes. Oh.
Yeah, if we were going for the first night and I saw the whole time, who would be putting my face in this? I'd probably be avoiding that thing at all costs.
So, Forever Young wants to know, what is your favorite scary movie? Whether it's Nightmare on Elm Street or even E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Whatever your favorite movie is. Hey, it terrified me when I first saw it when I was a kid.
Look, I can get like how some.
I didn't know if Elliot was going to even make it into the film. I thought he was a goner from the beginning.
I can get how like some type of movies can be scary, like The Dark Crystal, but E.T.
Yes.
You know what?
Yes. Welcome in, Tyler. April's like Final Destination movies. Welcome in, Hootie.
Oh, well, there's a stage.
Shaun of the Dead. Yes, we've got a full stage up over here. So this is our next scare zone. Owen?
Camp 69 Summer Place.
Ooh, a nice bite.
At a 60s music fest in a small New York town, there jams popular bands until a fellow concert goers until Dr. Oddfellow unleashes vicious vampires on the audience.
So Oddfellow is releasing vampires at a music festival in 1969.
Yes.
What does this guy have against society? He is just taking out everybody.
He just woke up one day and just
He
decided
woke
to
up
choose
on the wrong
violence.
side of the casket. I mean, just come on, dude. So expect when you're coming through here, vampires, vampires, vampires.
Blah, 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 all the way around.
Doran says Exorcist or the original Nightmare on Elm Street was what it did for me. Yeah, Leo, never run into the boathouse or the shed behind the house.
Run to the car. Get in the running car and drive away.
Will the Yeti in the campground be covered in hair ties? That's probably what got him messed up in the first place. They probably had hair ties thrown into their faces and they probably just got mad, and I probably would too. So, Vamp 69. Summer of Blood at a 60s music fest in a small New York town. You can see our music festival stage is already up. To you, New York, New York. Whoo, okay. See if we beat that copyright. So here's our 1969 Music Summer Stage. Music Fest 69.
The question I want to ask is, are the vampires going to be playing the bongos?
No, vampires play bass.
I didn't know.
I don't know. They could say the rhythm is gonna get you.
They're out for your blood and your applause.
They've already got your money. Welcome in, Alice. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and being a Magic Crew cast with your name in green and a badge beside your name. You can show your support to everybody and be a part of our group as well. Thank you so much, Alice. For those who are wondering what the Magic Crew cast is all about, it is a YouTube membership only program that allows you to support our channel and to have fun with exclusive emojis at the same time. It's $3.99 a month. There's only one price, and we don't want to make it any higher. We just want to make it easy for everyone to be a part of it. It's $4 a month, $1 a week, and we appreciate you guys' help and helping us keeping our streams going every week. So welcome in, Alice. Thank you so much for your support. Green Giant says Poltergeist is creepy. Tangela says, again, kids, crazy stuff like that. Ghostbusters.
I like to read.
It's very nice, isn't it? It helps me to keep everything steady.
I got one in here now, but I like you got that double.
So this one right here is a Smooth 5. So
Okay.
I just bought it off of Amazon.
And
But
we just added this on.
I just added this on. It's like a $12 cold shoe.
Yeah.
And I just screwed it into the bottom and put my other phone on there so I can look at both at the same
And
time.
that's something, man. That's
So
all right.
it helps. So
Yes, it does.
I appreciate it. You guys have a good night. Ghostbusters! I remember. Hey, the librarian scared me. How's it going? Love the hat, by the way.
Thank you.
It's Mr. DNA. So, where are you guys from?
London
And are you guys? How long are you guys here on holiday?
for a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks. Have you already started?
Yeah.
And are you? Is it excited to kind of see some of the Halloween Horror Night stuff come up?
Yeah.
Now you should stay long enough to do it too. I know, but you got to go back to school though, right? School break. So we've got some travel clients who are here from the UK as well, and they love both Disney and Universal. And you know, I'm hoping we run into them as well. So, is there? Do you ever watch live streams from over here as far as the parks and stuff like that?
Yeah, we were in one of yours last year.
Oh, you were?
We spoke to you last year when the Magic Band Plus came out.
That's awesome. So you're a regular now. You just come on back in. So when you want to give a shout out to anybody back home?
Okay. I'd like to give a shout out to my mates Will and Charles.
And are they Universal fans as well?
Yes.
So what's the best thing you've done so far Universal on your trip so far?
Velocity at night.
Oh, at night.
Yeah.
It is different when you get to ride some of the things at night like that. My favorite is Hagrid's. I love to do Hagrid's at night when the headlights turn on. That to me just makes it a lot more fun. So yes, it is kind of cool. And are you guys going to be staying just at Universal, or are you doing anything else in the Orlando area?
Yeah, I'm going to do Disney, but
Only for a couple of days. Which two parks are you going to go to if you're going for a couple of days?
Hollywood and Epcot.
Epcot, you're going to be able to try out the Food and Wine Festival. You can skip Ireland, right? You won't need to stop by there. You can get a Guinness milkshake anywhere else, right? No big deal. Is there anything new you're going to be looking forward to trying over? You're going to Magic Kingdom, right? No. So no Tron. No Tron. Saving Tron for next year. There we go. It's okay. It's Guardians. Guardians is a great ride. Love. So, September. It's a great song. It's a great song. Well, it's good to see you guys again this year. And I know I was about to say, we actually have several of our crew. We call our people who watch our streams on a regular the Magic Crew. We have several people from the UK, and it seems like every time they come over, we always get lucky and run into them and get to say hello. So it's always good. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. You guys have fun. And if you see me over at Disney, come over and say hello again. You got to change hats, though. Yeah. We'll see you guys later. Thanks again. That's awesome. We got to see them last year on holiday. What's that?
If you look closely enough, there seems to be some kind of runic symbol on the back of the
Oh
stage.
yeah, there's most definitely a symbol in the background. There's a lot more than just tie-dye going on there. That's not a, that's not just
Did
a,
you try that to summon vampires? Or
Probably.
Or
Oddfellow knows what
crystals,
he's doing.
effectively. I don't know, one or two.
welcome in KOFA Creative Studio. Oh, Signs. Signs was a great movie for us. We really enjoyed it. Swing away, swing away.
I actually saw some, I haven't seen the full movie, but I actually saw some of that.
We always assumed that our kids always left their water glasses out because they were afraid of amoebas. It has amoebas in it.
I was decent. I was okay with that. I always had one cup.
That was a good movie. I like that one. Not all of his movies, but I like that one. Hello, 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 Disney Dad. Hey, you missed it this morning live as we were at Disney's Contemporary, but we're glad you can hang out with us here at Universal. We're walking around showing you guys where we expect to see the scare zones and talk about the houses that will be out this year as well. I expect that we're going to have at least one, if not two, house entrances right here.
That does lead to stone too, just right behind.
Last year we had the Chupacabra here and Dead Man's Wharf.
Dead Man's Wharf was good.
That was my favorite house. I really liked that one.
It was loud, but it was good.
So
I guess that's not saying as much because I'm assuming all the haunted houses are going to be loud.
Emily is terrified of Signs, and it was really a kind of much more of a not really a scary movie, but it was very it built it up really well. The hand underneath the pantry door, the hand under the pantry door is the worst part for me. That and the one where the alien just kind of shows up. He was in the shot the whole time. He just didn't move and you didn't know he was there. Yeah, that's right up there with the Velociraptor getting in the bunker in the first Jurassic Park. He was there and you just didn't know it and didn't expect it. So, welcome in, Michael. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. Welcome to the Magic Crew. Hello, Fonzarelli. All right, Marianne says, bought one of the umbrellas with the pink inside, with the reflective outside, like we've talked about with you guys. Daughter used it on Monday. I wonder how did it work? She used it on Monday in Epcot, said it felt 20 degrees cooler. That is amazing. That's so awesome to hear. I know I enjoy it. I don't really share products with you guys unless I use it on a regular basis, and it is beneficial to me. I'm not doing it there for supporting that company. I'm there to show you guys products that I think have worked for me and let you guys know that it might work for you as well. And I'm glad when you guys can give me some feedback. So that's pretty awesome, Marianne. Thanks for letting me know. Loser Dorkface, you want to know something? I've never seen a Final Destination movie. I know there's been tons of them. I've never seen them. I do know, even though I've never seen the movie, just knowing about the movie has always made me nervous to drive behind a log pulling tractor trailer. I'm like, I don't even know what happens, but I don't want it to happen. So I don't want anything to do with it. All right, let's talk about a couple more of our haunted houses that we're going to be seeing here of the 10 coming here for this year's season. So last time we talked about the Dueling Dragons and the Yetis. Now we're talking about the Darkest Deal. Folk music. We all knew that folk music was evil. We just didn't have any reason to prove it. No way to make sure that it really was. No. What's happening here? Blues musician Pine Straw Spruce makes a deal with a diabolical entity known as the Collector. But he gives him his soul for fame. And we all know how that turns out. So we're going to see how this one works. But the Darkest Deal, a little bit of folk music going on there. Next up, this one I'm worried about. Blood Moon Dark Offerings. Something about the mentality of villagers when they've gone the wrong path. It always goes really, really bad. But we have a colonial era village. They begin to worship the moon and they hunt down any non-followers. So that can't be good for me. I'm going to be very careful when I go through this house. That was going to be pretty interesting. Just the other day, over on social media, Halloween Horror Nights posted a picture of the moon from here and made some sort of reference to that house. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, right, because we have a super moon yesterday.
Yeah, so.
And the blue moon tonight.
And then finally, we've been talking about Oddfellow. Oddfellow's had all kinds of influence on a lot of all the scare zones we talked about tonight. And our last haunted house, Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins. You won't be able to resist going inside this menacing menagerie of twisted oddities. The price, your soul to feed his immortal power. So, yep, Dr. Oddfellow somehow has made his way into the house. And he's going to be the guy to watch out for this year.
Not only is he evil, but he runs a tourist trap. This guy's awful.
He owns a gift shop.
He owns a gift shop. He owns a Disney gift shop.
He's going to sell you some overpriced popcorn. And then right here, guys, we're going to be in the middle, in the very beginning of our park. If this is where it was last year, I'm sure it's going to be in, again, our last scare zone. This is going to be sort of like the opening of the chapters. Of when you first come in, and this is going to be a little mix of all the other scare zones together. This is going to be Dr. Oddfellow's collection of horrors. Okay, there we go. If you're dressed in colonial garb, then you'll have nothing to worry about. Well, and then you have on a necklace that says, "I love the moon." The moon is awesome. So it looks pretty open now, guys, but in a couple of weeks, this area is going to be encapsulated in so much oddity to bring in Oddfellow, and this is going to have a little bit of all the other scare zones. So it's sort of like it's like an invitation to what else you're going to see that night. Now we've got one other scare zone we haven't gotten to just because of the way we walked around tonight. So we got one final scare zone off to our left. Hi Patty, where can you find the link for the umbrella? If you look into the description of our videos, there's a little area and section when you're watching our videos that allows you to read what our videos are about. Every one of our video descriptions has links at the very, very bottom if you kind of scroll down, and you can find it there. Sometimes the mods are really nice and they'll pull it up and put it in the chat for you guys. All of those links will take you to Amazon where you can purchase it yourself. They're the same price as if you were to purchase it and find it yourself. If you use those particular links and you purchase the products, they are affiliate links, which means not only can you purchase the products, but a small amount of your purchase will actually be given back to us on an Amazon account so that we can use it to purchase things for the channel when we need to. So thank you guys for allowing us to share some affiliate links. But like I said, we do it for all the products that we use on a regular basis. So you can find them in the bottom of our descriptions.
Zodiac theme, which in terms of how the scare actors are dressed up, I feel like it's going to be my favorite.
The Zodiac theme?
Yes.
So we're going to get to see some origin stories, most definitely, with Oddfellow this year. Welcome in, Laura. We are in Universal Studios, Florida. We've got other things being done. Not a lot of stuff over for this scare zone just yet. So we have, this is some of our stages that we're going to be seeing. You can tell from the weirdness on the side. This is for Halloween Horror Nights. We've got some other things coming up toward the ends. They're going to start getting ready. September is when our nightly events will take place, but they're getting them slowly in bit by bit.
As the weeks go on, we'll get to see each zone slowly be built up.
We'll be back here at least once a week to kind of see how things are progressing with you guys. So this scare zone is going to start here, and it's going to make its way all the way down to where you see that frame is at the very end. It's a lot longer than some others. Now here's the secret to this one. This one's for Naomi if she's watching this. As we talked about, this is one of the scare zones where if it gets a little too intense, head to the sidewalk. The sidewalk is sort of like a people watching zone. The scare actors don't tend to go too far to the edges, so if you need to, you can just kind of skirt off to the side and get out of the action. Now, a lot of people enjoy this stuff, and it's what they paid for, so they're going to walk straight down in the middle. But at least for this one scare zone, if it gets a little too much, just make your way to the sidewalks, and it makes it a little easier. Something about really freaky scare actors, they don't like the sidewalks. They like to jaywalk as much as possible. Yes, they do. Not only do they have their own brown derby, they also have their own dark room. Look at that, just like over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. A dark room and a brown derby.
Oh, you're right about that.
Owen's like, I never thought about that.
I never thought about that.
I never know. Heather's like, get the note, hit the sidewalk, hit the sidewalk, hit the sidewalk. So we're going to take you guys over to the Five and Dime. Five and Dime over here is where you're going to find some of the merch for Halloween Horror Nights, including when they announced last week the final houses, they also announced The Exorcist and some of the merchandise that's available for that haunted house. Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights 23. So we got at least a t-shirt and a glass. A nice little glass. You know I love the glasses. So I'm sure there will be more. And of course there will be lots more merch. But for now, this is what we have for The Exorcist. I think the scariest thing about this, notice the silhouettes of the two little girls right there.
Come play with us.
Hello, Hyper Cactus. How you doing? Welcome in. Riley's like, I want to see more. I want to see more. Now the other side is going to be Stranger Things. And our new theme this year is See You in the Fog, which I'm curious to see how that's going to tie in the Oddfellow. Does Oddfellow use a lot of fog? I have learned that over the past 2 years, after going to so many of these Halloween Horror Nights events now, when I smell fog machines, I have a completely different reaction to them.
Do you have like a built-in like flying fight reaction?
It's like smelling burning stuff now. Reminds me of Spaceship Earth, you know, that smell of the burning Rome. It's the same thing with fog now. I smell fog and I'm like, ooh, Halloween Horror Night.
Yeah, you're gonna be like
HHN house.
You're gonna be like driving like early in the morning, like you have your window open, you smell fog, and you're gonna think, oh.
Strange things about, notice this, the strange thing about this, other than the tag on the inside, nothing on there says Halloween Horror Nights. It just says.
You can buy this for just to say, just have a Stranger Things hat.
Yeah, no one will even know it's
no
Halloween.
No one will even know.
So.
Stranger Things tricking.
See you in the fog. Maria's like, I saw the Exorcist movie when it first came out and had a coat over my head for 3/4 of the film. never watching anything with that name again. I can't really blame you. It is kind of interesting, Rob. The movie hasn't even come out yet, and they're already going to be doing a house. So hopefully the movie does well. But you know, most of the other stuff is they have to have a tried and true history of it doing well. So
Yeah.
now our current tribute store is right over here. It will be moving back to its other location in New York for Halloween Horror Nights. So when they close this down, they won't have to take any transition time. They can be working on, and they probably already are working on the tribute store right now over in New York. So as soon as they're ready to shut these doors for the summertime Jurassic Park, they can open up the one for Halloween Horror Nights as soon as they want to.
That's smart. You don't have to close one down early so you have enough time to get it ready. You can just have two separate ones to go back and forth from.
So I remember back at the first of the year when we were talking about the Last of Us, and someone goes, well, they should do a Last of Us haunted house. And we're like, yeah, it's kind of early. The show just came out, even though it had a long history with the video game. And here we are. So that's not too bad as far as the turnaround time goes. Hollywood. And I think we have talked about all of the scare zones, all of the haunted houses. What's left? Nightmare Fuel, our theater at the back. We'll be having a fiery show full of dance, magic, and some pretty awesome, I don't even know how you would, it's not even, now vaudeville is not even the right term, but some really great performances of gymnastics and some odd other things, I guess you can say. Fire breathing, I don't even know what that goes in under. But Nightmare Fuel is a very popular show. Lining up early is advisable. And I got to watch it for the first time last season. It caught me off guard a little bit.
And a good way or better?
Both.
Both was good.
It was a good show, but it was like, whoa, kind of, yeah, like, okay, in the same way, you know. Halloween Horror Nights is branded by Universal as being best suited for those 13 years and older. There are no age restrictions, but they do recommend that for younger audiences, they may want to have your family. Please take serious consideration with your children whether or not they are mature enough to enjoy and participate in activities which would contain depictions of blood, scary figures, masked monsters, and things that may cause nightmares. So that is a personal decision. Like we said, we've had 7-year-olds that came through Halloween Horror Nights and had the time of their lives. We've had 37-year-olds who had to be carried out by their friends bawling and just screaming. So it really has little to do with age, and it has to do with your personal preferences, maturity, and the way you handle those types of events. So welcome in, Brandon. Dirkie, thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button. Welcome into the Magic Crew. And glad you could join us here at Universal Studios Florida tonight. Thank you. Everybody welcome in Brandon. Hello, Samantha. Good to see you. Samantha's like, here's a Nightmare Fuel groupie right here. So I will tell you, the other day on stage, we saw some of the dancers doing just regular dance performances, and I'm like, oh, they're in Nightmare Fuel. They're in Nightmare Fuel. I recognize them in Nightmare Fuel. So Rob says, I had the opportunity to go to Halloween Horror Nights 5, and I chickened out, and I still regret that. So Justin says, wasn't too crazy about the show. Even Taylor says, I didn't care for the show too much. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of dancing. There's an occasional magic trick, and it's not for everybody. So I would be glad to show you photos or videos. They do not allow that in the shows. No cameras, no videos, no photos. There are some people who still do it. They still put it up for people to watch. I follow the rules. I don't. I care more about making sure that I do what is right as opposed to doing what I need for views and stuff like that. So we can't share it with you, but I will tell you it is. It's a very dark kind of show until the fire lights up, and then it's very bright. So. Welcome in the XP626. Good to see you, Heather. Thorne, you said you wouldn't tell anybody that story. How's the weather today, Tony? It was we're all of our highs were up in the 90s. We did a good job of staying inside a lot of the day today. We did have some sprinkles just as we were getting ready to start our stream this afternoon.
It's been kind of this, but so far no downpour.
No downpour, so we're doing pretty good for the most part. Not too bad. Oh, I wasn't there to tell my side of the story. Oh man. So I'm curious to see how Oddfellow will come into play this year, because I 100% expect that he's going to be like the Pumpkin Lord last year, right here at the beginning to show you all into Halloween Horror Nights, and it should be fun. We're going to be here a lot. We're going to try to again use a fear pass so that we can come more than one night, so that I can show you guys through lives on all of our platforms just kind of how it is here at Halloween Horror Nights for this season for 2023. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we will be here the first weekend, and when I say we, I mean I will be using the fear pass. Owen will be here with his mother on September 9th, and I hope that if you guys are locals or if you're going to be here for your vacation that weekend, we'd love you guys to join us as well. It's going to be an open invitation for anybody to come in. Saturday, September 9th, we're going to have a group here. We're going to have information out. We're going to try to get you guys on a list so we know all who to look for. If you're going to be going to houses with us, we want you guys to get an express pass for that night so we can cover all the houses as a group. If you're not going into the houses, we're going to try to see if we can get you a early pass so we can get you in and at least go into Stranger Things for a few of you for at least the one house before we sort of do a get-together, split-off, get-together kind of thing for the most part. But we're looking forward to it, and I hope if you guys are interested, reach out to us and let us know, and we will help you with the tickets. We'll help you with getting all the other information, and we're looking forward to having to do this. We talked about this about 4 months ago, about having a night for us all to get together, and this is going to be our first time doing it. I'm looking forward to it. So send us an email if you guys are interested. susanedwards@travelmation.net. chrisedwards@travelmation.net, and just let us know how your situation is, and we can give you all further details and help you with that. So thank you guys, and looking forward to it. Also, Hyper Cactus, thank you for joining the Magic Crew cast. Looking good in green, and thank you for the support. Don't forget, it goes right back into it goes right back into what we do and how we take care of things. And like even today, I noticed as I was coming in, we were a little low on our PayPal fund, and I realized we had our Zoom call last night from patrons. I had to pay Zoom for the month. They're like, they always want money. But when you guys help give, it helps pay for those little bitty things we do so that we can continue to reach out and be a part of our Magic Crew. And we appreciate having you in there as well, Hyper Cactus. So thank you so much for that. So guys, we have had a great day earlier today at the Contemporary. If you missed it, go back and check it out. Tomorrow we're going to be back over at Animal Kingdom. And tonight was really just about a chance to talk about what's coming here for Halloween Horror Nights, to show you guys where the scare zones will be, talk about the houses. There's going to be a lot more, and of course through the entire month of September, October, and the first a couple of nights in November, we're going to be bringing you guys back here, whether it's here on YouTube, on TikTok, over on Instagram or Facebook, and show you guys a little more what it's like when the sun goes down and it gets really, really spooky out here. We hope you guys can be a part of it. Thank you guys for all those who hit the subscription button tonight. We're glad that you subscribed. We'd love to have you guys join us as we do more and more things here, and we do stream in the parks here at Universal and Walt Disney World every Monday through Friday, and we will be streaming again tomorrow and Friday. So after you hit the subscribe button, come on in and join us again for the next couple of days as well, and have some fun with our magic crew. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for our second stream for today. We're going to close on out for now. Thank you so much, Rob, for coming in tonight. Thank you, Travis, for helping us. Travis is really big on the Halloween Horror Nights, and he'll tell you all kinds of stuff. He's been listening to all the backstories, and he's been a good bit of information about what is going to be happening with the characters. So thank you for the help tonight with that as well, Travis. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. Thank you, Tangela. Thor, appreciate you guys coming in tonight. Good to see you, Jennifer. Thank you so much, Riley. Green Giant, Jeremy. Thank you guys for just hanging out with us tonight. Brian and Emily, it's always a pleasure to have you with the group, and to all of our mods, including Heather. I know Heather's excited about coming to Halloween Horror Nights, and I know Naomi is too. So can't wait to get you guys in here and have some fun. So you guys have a great night tonight. I'm going to take this boy and ride a couple of rides because I think he deserves to have a little fun before we head back for the house tonight. And until we see you guys tomorrow at Disney's Animal Kingdom, you guys have a great evening, and we'll see you in the parks. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you again real soon. You know what? I think we should do a special ending. You ready?
Do it.
Let's do it. We'll see you in the parks.